Hello and welcome back to the gaming hall. Today we have a game from last week's summer kit event. On the left we have myself playing Greyjoy Winter, and on the right we have Dean playing with Tyrell, Banner of the Lion. So setups on the left we've got myself with Asher and the Fishmonger, Seastone Chair and a Mines. And on the right, Dean has managed to get out Knight of the Flowers, and I believe that is left. It's either left or right. I open up with Wraiths, which reduces the reserve further, and Dean opts for Calm Over Westeros, selecting military. Remind Dean that Seastone Chair will override that, but he looks like he's got some tricks up his sleeve in order to stop that, maybe, because he still carries on with the intrigue, with the military even, sorry. So I opted for Race to start with, mainly just to get that reserve down as much as possible. I think it's quite a nice one that works well with the winter agenda. So their reserve is already reduced by 1, and that reduces it down by 3 in total. So Dean has opted to be the first player and drops out a King's Road. And then sacks it and he brings out Shea with a dupe as well. So Shea has an action for 1 gold. You can pay it to Stander. I believe it's only limited once per round. And then we have a Mare and Heat on the Knight of Flowers. Really annoying card. Just makes it nice and easy when he can just chuck himself in a challenge by himself. You can only clear 1 defender, and if it's higher, he can just kick it straight out again. So over to me now. 4 gold to play with. So you've got a Kraken in hand there, and a We Do Not Sow. So what do I end up doing? I pay 2 and chuck out a Salty Navigator, because he doesn't need any more salt. Another 2 for the Shipwright. And that's marshalling done for myself, and we're on to challenges. So interestingly, Dean opts for a power challenge to start with from Night of Flowers. I'm just taking a second just to remind myself of the exact wording of the Mare and Heat card. So I've let it go unopposed, and we've just got a quick chat because Dean wants to do an action. I'm just clearing out when he wants to do it. Turns out it's a reaction to winning that he wants to do. So chucks out a Support of the People, I believe. Allows him to fish through his deck for a location card of 3 or lower. And brings out Highgarden. They're making those challenges a bit more difficult on my end for an attacker, because you can just pay a gold and just kick me out. Okay, so here's another action as well, and backs out a Superior Claim. So going for a quick rush at power here. So gains his 2 for his Superior Claim, and he's unopposed. And then an intrigue with Shay. So let it go unopposed because what a surprise, Greyjoy, lacking a bit of intrigue claim, kind of want to get one back myself. And he manages to take a weedy not so. So there goes my my quick trick with the getting rid of Mare and Heat. And then let through a unopposed military there. So I think he quickly racks himself up to 6 power there in the opening challenges. I'll leave it go unopposed. Kill off the fishmonger. And that's Dean's challenges done. So an intrigue from myself. Unless he's got any shenanigans, all of these challenges are going to go through unopposed. He's still sat on that 1 gold, so he can use High Garden if he needs to. I think he's just working out if he wants to protect his hand or not. So it goes through unopposed. And Queen of Thorns comes out, so nice little pull to take out. And then remembering that I need to get 2 to go through, I chuck in both Asher and the Salty Navigator, just stealthing past Night of Flowers, just in case there's any shenanigans. There may well be some misplays. Quite a few of us at this tournament were at the UK Team Championships in Milton Keynes the day before. Both myself and Sam were playing Conquest. I think our day started at about 5:30 in the morning, and we didn't get back to Bristol till got 11 PM, and then up first thing in the morning for this. So I think come the end of it, we were both completely dead on our feet. So it goes through unopposed. So Ashley gets a stand, and I had another weedy not so in my hand, so I was able to get rid of that Mare and Heat quite nicely. And then Seastone Chair to get rid of the Knights of Flowers. Get rid of that nice and quickly, because it can be incredibly horrific if that engine starts getting roll. And then I go for the power, and he High Gardens and kicks me out. So I don't get the power challenge, however I do take Dom. And then we all stand and get ready for a new round. So we both check reserves, so Dean's only got 2 cards, but I've got 5, and so it's kind of impacted myself a little bit, so I need to get rid of a card for myself. So I get rid of a Captain's Daughter. At this moment in time, a Captain's Daughter I didn't really feel was going to be of much use to me. I must have had something else in my hand that I could have played at the time. So just taking a little longer on my side. Coffee hadn't quite sunk in at this moment in time, and then we're ready. And a double heads on spikes. So me rocking my wonderful banter behind the throne that I was nicely given to by Mr. Bamford at Nationals, and Dean gets to go for. And yeah, so I got out a treachery. And Dean just commenting that complete misplay on his side. He should have played treachery to stop the iron mines, but I think for the portion of the challenges he's had his cards face down in front, so he just slipped his mind at the time. So that could have been a massive change to the game if he'd have managed to keep Knight of Flowers in. But I took first player, so I got rid of the treachery, and then he managed to get rid of the Kraken. And then I play out the Theon. Dean collects 4. Just reminding ourselves on winter there. One of the downsides of when you're not exactly 100% with it mentally, trying to remember the fact that you need to have a winter card in order to get the -1 for your opponents for their gold. So Dean's just having a workabout as to what he wants to play at the moment. He elects to pass from marshal anything, and then in response I'm going to kneel out Lord Sport to kneel out Highgarden, just to protect me a little bit on my challenges, so I don't have to overcommit anything. And then we move into challenges. So it's a few days on since we had the tournament, and on reflection, I think my day wasn't exactly to plan. I think that Rose Road is probably one of the only economy cards I saw in all 4 of my games. On the day, spoiler alert, didn't exactly do very well for the rest of the day. So I put in a military challenge there, and just target left out the way, just making the other challenges a bit easier. And then I power it in with Theon. A quick little swing of power there for myself, with Theon getting some unopposed. And that will be all of my challenges done then. So over to Dean. So there's a power with Shay, which I promptly blocked with Asher. And in comes a ambushed Alina's informant. So chucks it in, allows him to select a challenge and do another one, so clicks another power. Probably goes for unopposed, so gets himself another nice little swing there. So Dom then goes to me, and it's 7-6 at this moment in time. So despite the board presence on my side, still very close on the power front. At this point I'm looking at a couple of options, but I think I elect for a first snow, given what's out at the moment. So I don't elect for first snow. I think that is long winter. So opting for some more gold. And it'll give me 2 2 power at the end of the challenges phase. And that'll be why I didn't go for first no. So having a Balon in hand and then drawing into a dupe. And again, Dean opts to not marshal anything, so sat on 5 gold. So military for myself for Balon. Not really much you can do about it, unfortunately. Just trying to work out whether I want to Seastone chair or anything, and yeah, I opt to Seastone Alina just to keep that board as small as possible on his side. And then a power challenge on myself. So conscious that he's running Lion with Tyrell, so just chucking in extra just to make sure that I can win the challenge, just in case something like a cheeky hound comes out. So a very quick swing there on my side. So Dean just having to think as to what he wants to do. So he goes in for an intrigue challenge there. And gets rid of the reader. And pays to stand. And here comes the hound. So he goes in for a military. So a token block for myself there with the Salty Navigator. So just trying to get the order here. So he's just trying to work out whether he wants to keep or not. So he goes to discard. Just a quick reminder that it's a random discard. So quick shuffle, and same card comes out. So works out all right. So I'd select Asher as claim and go for Risen to make it a bit more powerful. So just one more challenge left to come from Dean, and he goes in for the power. So just trying to work out, because if he wins Dom, he gets extra power. So I contest the power challenge, win it. So then my challenge is I managed to take the 2 power from my plot cards. Dom stays a tie, so I don't lose any more power. And then we are back to plots. So it looks like I've gone for first snow there, and I have gone for first snow. And Dean's gone at Fort Wildfire, so clearing down my board a little bit. Now, I think this is where I have a bit of a brain meltdown. So Balon stays, of course, he will, because he's Balon. Theon stays. And then the moment of slight stupidity is when I believe I get rid of Asher. So I kill Asher in the logic in my head, thinking that I've still got the Lord Sport, I can kneel out Highgarden, thinking that I'm first player, but I'm not, I'm second player. So yeah, so get rid of Asher unnecessarily. However, Dino does only have 3 gold thanks to my agenda card. And he passes on challenges. So this is the moment when I realise that I'm an idiot. So yeah, no, can't do that. So lesson learned: read your cards, kids. Read your cards. So have a quick think. Go to play. To quickly realise that would be stupid, so I play down Pike. So just looking at that, I think Shea goes back to hand instead of the dupe being discarded. Keeping her out. And then Dean goes for an unopposed intrigue. So it goes unopposed. So just trying to make sure we get the order of things right. So he goes through that, and he pays to stand. I think realising that it's not really much he can do at the moment. Sat on 14 power, and opts in for the power challenge, which I'll just block with Balon. Just double checking the wording on Highgarden, make sure it's just attacking. And there's the block with Balon, which is the 15th power, and I take the game. So commiserations to Dean. Could have been a completely different game without that treachery, but yeah, we won't know until we hopefully play again soon. So thank you for watching, and hope you come back for the next one. Thank you very much.